All right, guys. So if you're watching this video, you want to know how to find out if someone's unfollowed you on Letterboxd. And normally you'd have to go through your lists and basically compare everyone between the following and followers. And if you have a large account, you already know that's going to take a long time. It could take up to maybe days or weeks. I don't think anyone has the patience to do that manually, but hey, for smaller ones, I guess it's doable, but for anything bigger than a few hundred followers, it would be a crazy task to accomplish manually. So in that case, we need a tool to do it for us. And that tool exists. It's called Letterboxd Automation Suite. And I'm the one who created this. I made it for myself initially because I couldn't find anything that worked well and reliably. And I thought, why not? Let's make one. And initially it was just a tool to scan for unfollowers, but then I kept adding more and more features. And as I will show you in this video, it's quite a professional tool now, and it has a lot of options for you to not only check for unfollowers, but also manage your account automatically, grow your following, and so on. I'll show you how to do all of that. So here's how the unfollower finder works. What we want to do is click Start Scan, and it will start going through our following and followers lists, the ones here. And if you have a list that's bigger than 6,400, it will take longer because that has to be scanned with a max coverage scan. What that means is it gets sorted in different ways, in 4 different ways, like sorted by member name, sorted by when followed, when joined, and popularity. And then the extension mixes all of the username it finds in these 4 sorting methods, and it will create as accurate picture of your account as possible. And then it will show you the results. So now what we have to do is we just have to wait for this to end. You can see your live stats here. If it's green, that means everything's working properly. That means the Letterboxd servers are fast and your connection is stable. If it's orange, that means it's just adapting, so it might be slowing down a bit. It might be picking back up. If it's red, that means there's some major instability, but nothing to worry about. There's very few cases where the extension will fail. It's meant to be resilient and to adapt to network conditions under most circumstances, so you should have nothing to worry about. Basically, now you can pause it and resume it later, or you can stop it if for any reason you want to stop. Otherwise, just let it go through all of its scans. You can keep an eye on it in the logs. As you can see, it's showing you scanning followers by join date. It's showing you each sorting method, and there we go. Now we have 2 lists of results. You'll see a new tab pop up here in the middle between dashboard and settings. And you have 59 people who don't follow you back and 1795 followers you don't follow back. You can filter the results if you know someone's username, or you want to sort, let's say, usernames that contain the letter A or B. It'll filter the results. And if you want to actually unfollow these people who don't follow you back, you just click this button here. It'll ask you to confirm. 59 users, that's fine. Confirm. And what it does, it opens everyone's profile in a new tab, and it clicks unfollow for you. And you don't have to do anything. You can just watch. It will give you a progress bar here. Also in the real-time process log, it will show you each username that got unfollowed. And you can rest assured this process actually checks if the person is following you or not. So there won't be any mistakes. Like, it's completely accurate. I've done a lot of testing. I've been using this for a long time. You can rest assured it will not unfollow people who actually follow you back. That's almost done. As we can see here, 55 out of 59, and that's fully done now. And now what we can do, we still have our results tab here. If we go to it, this guy didn't get unfollowed. And why that is, that means the scan incorrectly identified him as someone who doesn't follow back, and he does follow back. You can even click his username and see he follows you. So Why the inaccuracy? Sometimes the website is not fully updated and the information is showing. Also, with big lists like this, you can sometimes have slightly outdated information on the website, so that will cause inaccuracies like this. But nothing to worry about because, like I said, the extension is smart and it double checks everything, so you won't be unfollowing anyone by accident. Also, as you can see, there's a button here next to his username. You'll have this button next to each username in the list. You can click it and basically it will add it to a whitelist. So if he's on a whitelist, that means he will not show up in the results again. I recommend using this only for accounts that you don't expect them to follow you back. For example, celebrities, influencers, so on and so forth. People that you know they will never unfollow you back, so there's no point seeing them in the results every time. You can just add them here, you can add them manually, or you can add them from the results and they will be ignored from now on. And if you want to remove someone, you just select them, remove selected, and it'll show back up in your results. Now, people you don't follow back. These are people who follow you, but you don't follow them. You can click the button here and it will do the same thing. It will go through everyone's profile and follow them one by one. You can even check the tabs and see what it's doing. So as you can see, it is actually doing everything we want it to. And it will keep going until it has followed everyone. You can check here in the logs. For this demonstration, I'll stop it now because it would take a long time. But yeah, now you know how that works. Now, if you want to grow your following, what you have to do is follow people and they will probably follow you back. In my experience, about 30% of the people you follow will follow you back, and they will do so within a day or two. If it takes way longer than that, chances are they probably won't follow you back. So for this, I've added this task right here called Automated Mass Follow. And what this does, it basically goes to your followers, your recent followers, and it checks their followers and it starts following them. So this is good because what happens is you'll end up with a following of mutuals, people who are already connected one way or another to your other followers. So this way it will be familiar accounts and they're more likely to follow you back. So we have two options here. I mean, we have the main button, we have the start automated mass follow, and we also have this field right here. And here we can tell it how many people we want to follow. So usually what I recommend is start low, because you never know if your account is new or if it might be limited by Letterboxd. So in that case, it won't be able to follow too many people. For bigger accounts and accounts that have been around for a while, you will be able to follow 500 every day. And yeah, so let's start with 50 for this demonstration. Of course, you can make it 60 or whatever else we like. And then we click the button here. And we'll see it's already processing profiles. What we want to do is we can go here to settings and we can click focus on active tab. We can toggle that on. And what that will do is it will show us the tab that the extension is working on currently. And as we can see, it's on Sue's page. Sue is one of our recent followers. We can have a look and see. And she will probably be, yeah, there we go, right at the top of our followers list. And the extension is just going through her own followers and following them one by one. And it's using humanized randomized delays between each click. You don't want to appear as a bot. That will get you limited. So this extension basically behaves like a human, and it's a lot safer for your account. Now that tab is closed. And as you can see, the extension is showing you how many people it followed, 22 users. And it's loading the next tab and doing the same thing. It will automatically recognize people you already follow, and it will go for the ones you don't and click them one by one. And you don't need to do anything. You just basically sit back and it's doing all the work for you. And once it reaches 50, it will automatically stop. And if you go to the extension screen, you will see a total here. In recent activity, you'll also see while the process is underway, you will see your live stats here. Follows per session, 60 is what we set it to, and we're at 37 currently. And how many profiles have been processed. And yeah, this updates after every page is complete, so it won't be in actual real time like every click. It will happen once the whole page has been followed, and then it will update here and you'll know how it's going. You can always pause, you can always stop the process if you want to change anything, or if you don't want to follow any more people. That's entirely up to you. But if you let it continue, it will carry on until it reaches 60, or until you get limited by Letterboxd, which is a possibility. Like I said, especially if you're a newer account or a smaller account, you might get limited. Nothing to worry about. In that case, you just stop for a few hours or maybe a day or two, and then try to manually follow a few people, see if you're still getting an error or it says you're limited. And if you're not, then you can try again. And when it's done, you'll get a notification here, 60 reached. And yeah, you'll see here, recent activity followed 60 users, and that's it. Now let's see how the smart unfollow task actually works. So we have this big button here, build engagement whitelist. What this will do, it will go through all your reviews, which you can find here on the website. It will go through all your reviews, and it will basically look at all the people who like them, and it will make a whitelist. It will add all of those users who are engaged with your reviews to a whitelist. That means they're safe. They will not be unfollowed. Now, let's click it, and we will see doing it just that. Scanning reviews with likes. We have 684 reviews in total, and we can follow it in the log as well. Each movie one by one, starting with the recent ones. And you can see it takes a second or two for each movie. It will go through all the pages of likes, and it will get an accurate list. Now they just wait for this to finish, and we'll go from there. And there we have it, 684 movies successfully scanned, movie reviews. And now, if we go back to Smart Unfollow, we'll see whitelist contains 1,233 users, last updated timestamps. And we have a new option. We have update whitelist, which will just do the scan once again and get fresh results in case new people have liked your reviews. I recommend doing this at least every couple of days when you intend to unfollow people, just because you don't want to unfollow anyone who's actually liked new reviews. And here you have an option of how many people you want to unfollow in the current session. So for example, I want to do, let's say for this video, we'll do 25. And then we have the button Start Smart Unfollow. So if you click that, we'll ask to confirm. And it will go to your oldest following, basically the people you followed the longest time ago, and it will check if they're on the whitelist that we just made, which means they engaged with your reviews, and if they haven't, they will get unfollowed one by one. The first step of this process is to actually check a few of your following pages to build a list of usernames, and then they will get validated, and then they will be unfollowed. This usually just takes maybe up to a minute, and then you'll see the tabs opening and profiles getting unfollowed. As we can see here, that's already started, and here we go. If we go to these tabs, we will see how they get unfollowed automatically one by one. And the process will stop when it hits 25. That's what we set it to. So we can keep an eye on it here, 15 out of 25. It works in batches of 15. And that's it, that's already done. So now, let's have a look at the settings page. if we go here, first we have the username field. You can type a username in, or you can detect it automatically. The extension also detects the username automatically when it's first installed. So it's meant to be pretty hands-off and intuitive, and you usually don't have to do anything. But if this field is empty, I'll recommend detecting it. Obviously, make sure you're logged into the Letterboxd website in that browser first, because that's how it gets detected. Now, automation behavior, run verification pass. This is a good setting because sometimes when you do an unfollower finder task, some of the results, maybe one or two, not too many, but there will be one or two results that are inaccurate. This is because the website, the Letterboxd website, isn't always up to date. So for big profiles, or maybe if you have a lot of followers, way more than the 6,400 limit we discussed previously, you will get a few inaccurate results. In that case, what this does at the end of the scan, it will also do a double check on all the results, just to make sure they actually don't follow you back. And if they do, they get removed from the list. I like to keep this on, and you can set the threshold as high as you want. This basically means how many results it will verify. If you have more than 50, it will not do this verification on them. If it's below 50, they will get verified. Default is 30, just to keep things fast for everyone. I like to keep it at 50 personally, but you can even disable it entirely. And rest assured, if you do anything such as the unfollow all or follow all command on the results, the extension will double check. So you won't be following or unfollowing someone by mistake. That's not going to happen because there's checks in place, and it will make sure it's all correct. Now, moving on, action batch size. This is how many tabs you want to open at a time when doing some of the tasks, such as mass unfollowing of accounts who don't follow you back. You already saw previously that we have loads of tabs opening up in the browser, each one with its own profile. And yeah, on a fast computer, I would recommend something like 15. If you have a good internet connection and a fast computer, set it to 15. If you have a slower PC or your internet is not as fast, maybe set it to 10 or even lower. The lowest is 5, but you can do anything in between. Moving on, focus on active tab. This is basically just for the mass follower task. What it does, it just focuses on the tab being processed, so you can see the individual users getting followed if you like to see that. I usually just keep it off because I can follow the progress from the dashboard and from the real-time process log, and it's giving me all the information I need. But if you want to see how it actually works, feel free to enable that. Application settings, you have light and dark mode, and that's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a toggle for the two themes. I like to keep it in dark mode, but obviously you set it to whatever you like. And also it should detect your system setting. So if you have light mode enabled in your system, then it might be toggled on by default. Then we have backup and restore, which is also pretty self-explanatory. When you update the extension, I do recommend making a backup. Just click here and it will save a file like this. And this file basically contains all your settings. It also contains your unfollower finder whitelist, and it also contains your smart unfollow whitelist. That's two separate whitelists, and they all get backed up for you. And then when you decide to reinstall or update your extension, you can just click restore and find the file that was generated, the one ending in JSON, and just open that and it will restore everything for you. And then finally we have check for updates, and again, that's pretty easy to understand. You just click it and it will tell you if there's a newer version or if you're on the latest one. And And the extension will also do this check every time you open it. So you don't have to do this manually, but if you want to check and you think there might have been an update recently, then you can do it, and that's fine. And finally, if we look at the top of the page, we have our logo here, the name of the extension, and the extension version. And if we click this, it will take us to the page where you can download the files and read the description and see the changes and everything else. And also on the right side, you see my username here with the copyright section. You can click that and it will take you to my Letterboxd profile. If you want to follow me or you want to check anything, it's all there, fully transparent. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry, I'm not a professional YouTuber or anything else, as you can obviously see. This is one of the first times I'm making a video or a tutorial. So it might not be the most professional thing. I hope I explained everything well enough so you can start using this extension and enjoying it. Thank you.